Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Flip Side with OPPO. My name is Kojo Baffoe, and I'm your host for tonight. We're coming from studios in Gauteng, where we've already had our prerequisite rainstorm, but fortunately the skies have cleared up. We have an exciting show for you tonight with some special announcements and some insights into design and technology. I'm joined by a wonderful studio audience who are really hyped up for what's to come tonight. That's your cue, yeah, thank you. So like I said, we're about to go into a journey of design, technology, and just an understanding of how technology fits into our lives. And without further ado, to start off, my first guest on the show tonight is Avashnee Moodley, who is the head of marketing at OPPO. Avashnee. Thank you for joining me tonight, Avashnee.
Thank you, Kojo.
How are you doing?
Fine, thanks.
You were finally settled. It's been a long ramp up to this moment, right?
Yes, it has been a crazy few weeks, lots of traveling, but really excited about this.
And you've also been very busy in terms of OPPO South Africa, particularly around partnerships. What's been driving this focus on partnerships?
When we launched the brand in September 2020, we wanted to grow our brand awareness, but also grow our business in South Africa. So it was important for us to look at brands and look at things that resonated with South Africans. And we have fantastic partners over the last 3 years. SA Fashion Week, Orlando Pirates, been fantastic partnerships for us. We've done so many things with both brands, and we're really excited about continuing critical partnerships and also upskilling South Africans.
So I won't talk about, I won't ask about why specifically Orlando Pirates, which may show you where my allegiances lie, and it's not necessarily there. But you've also done partnerships with UEFA, in terms of all their competitions, but as well as SA Rugby.
Yes, with UEFA, it's a global partnership. Everyone who loves football knows about the UEFA Champions League. It's a big property. There's fans around the world that support all those European teams, and we're looking forward to the final in Istanbul. With regards to SA Rugby, I mean, the Springboks, world champions. It's the Rugby World Cup year. What better way and who better to partner with than the Springboks as official handset partners. So we're really excited about that partnership and getting technology and our devices in the hands of the Springboks.
Absolutely. We have a quick video of the relationship between OPPO and the Springboks. Let's check that out.
Despite our different backgrounds, our different languages and our diversity,
tale en ons diversiteit.
puo tsa rona tse fapaneng. We are all inspired to be part of something greater than ourselves.
That looks awesome. I mean, I think it's always important for brands such as OPPO South Africa to really be vested in the country and in the market and what drives people and what inspires people. Like you said, you've also done stuff with SA Fashion Week, where it goes beyond just what happens on stage, what happens out in the public, but really integrating yourself into these systems and these processes.
Absolutely. With SA Fashion Week, it was just step one, and obviously with our next partnerships, and we want to take, obviously, that to the next level.
So I know you have an exciting announcement, but before we do that, because we live in hashtag times, the hashtag for this launch is OPPO FindN2 Flip. So for those of you watching at home, for those of you in the audience, please share and like, or like and share. So let's move on to this very exciting announcement you have of a new partnership. What is it?
So we want to take design to the next level. We've obviously partnered with SA Fashion Week, but we as a brand, and you'll see this beautifully designed FindN that we've brought into the country. So we want to obviously take design to the next level, and who better with this partnership to help us take that to the next level?
Let's check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage creative director and founder of the fashion brand, Rich Mnisi. He's also 2014 winner of the Africa Fashion International Young Designer of the Year. And what I like most is, according to his Twitter bio, he's a questionable introvert. The designer, Rich Mnisi. Firstly, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
So what influenced your decision to become a brand ambassador? Because it's not one way, right? It's a two-way thing, it's a partnership.
Yeah. Well, this is our first time working with a technology partner, and I think for me, I just fell in love with the phone, to be honest. It was like just such a sleek design, and I think like just the idea that of a flip phone taps into nostalgia, which is something that we do in our brand every single season. Every single season we tell stories of just the past and like just how that merges with the future as well. So I just love the relationship of what we bring versus the device itself as well.
As somebody that's literally on the cutting edge, like you say, you do draw inspiration from and hark back to nostalgia, but you do it in such a way that is very contemporary and very forward-looking. So what about the FindN2 Flip for you, from a design perspective, kind of inspired you and drew you into it?
It just makes life so much more easier. Like I can literally go through my day without even opening it, and I can just see everything on just like the front screen. And just also just the idea of like research, it's like so easy. It just made everything so much simpler. And even just how we've also used it as a team. Just the way we communicate, the way we share references, the way we share notes as well, just made it so easier. And I remember this one time, Bradley was shooting me for a Sandals Hut campaign on my phone, and he was getting the angle wrong the whole time. So we almost fought. Actually, we did fight. We didn't talk for 2 days. But luckily now with like just, you know, the other screen being able to see yourself while you're being shot as well, just I think will save friendships as well. So I'm just excited about that.
I sense a bit of a control freak in there, but we'll leave that alone just a little bit. Avashnee, it's a very bold statement. I mean, you have partnered with a very larger-than-life and innovative designer. So it is a very bold statement from OPPO's perspective. What was the motivation from your side?
I think from our side, Rich is bold and he's a trendsetter and innovative. And we're a technology brand and we're all about innovation. And it made perfect, it was a perfect fit for us and it just made perfect sense. Working with Rich over this last few months has been incredible. Just the interaction, the creativity and fusing both brands together.
And what I like is that you have been working together. So this announcement tonight is for the rest of us, but you have been working together. What have you been working on?
We're really excited. We collaborated with Rich and he has created this amazing limited edition accessory box that will come with the FindN2 Flip for some consumers. So we're really excited about that and partnering with Rich. And I think this is the first time Rich, as he said, is partnered with a handset partner and he's created, expanded his product range into covers and beautiful accessories that he's created for us.
Congratulations once again, Rich.
Thank you.
I am definitely looking forward to seeing how this relationship plays out in future. So we're going to take a quick ad break. Welcome back. You are watching The Flip Side with OPPO. I'm getting caught up and carried away with everything. One of the interesting quotes for me is from a man called Thomas J. Watson, who said, "Design must reflect the practical and the aesthetic in business, but above all, good design must primarily serve people." What the philosophy is from an OPPO perspective, design overall, before we even get into the N2 Flip.
I think from an OPPO perspective, the design philosophy of OPPO is turning ordinary into extraordinary. So it's about combining that synergy of aesthetics, design, product, and technology, and ensuring that we create handsets that consumers, according to consumers' needs. But it's all about simplicity and elegance, and that's what you will see with the FindN2 Flip.
Yeah. Rich, I mean, Avashnee did talk about the fact that you've been partnering and you've been creating.
Yeah.
How have you been able to marry the design aesthetic of the FindN2 Flip with your design aesthetic, and what was your process of creating this box that we were going to see at some stage?
I mean, it was fairly simple because I think because I genuinely love the phone as well, and also, again, back to the Flip, because I just remember all those music videos when people were hanging up, and I always wanted to hang up on someone, so I'm just like, anyone that calls me now is just gonna get it. But yeah, so that's where it started. I just wanted to extend like on those stories as well, and just like creating like fabulous pieces that like also just allow you to extend from like your wardrobe and like because the phone itself is so beautiful and like you almost want to wear it as an accessory, and I wanted to like just extend that and like make it part of your lifestyle. Like, you know, I mean, you have to see the pieces as well to understand completely, but like there's no way you're not leaving without the phone, and there's no way you're not leaving without the accessories as well, because it will just extend who you are as well. So.
And to give us an added dimension to the insight on it, I'd like to actually invite Nafisa Kabur, who is a respected technology and electric vehicle journalist, onto stage to join us and to share her views.
Hello.
Welcome, Nafisa.
Thanks, Kojo.
So, I mean, you've heard from Avashnee, you've heard from Rich. What I'd like to know from you is in terms of how do you see smartphone manufacturers setting themselves apart from a design perspective in general, and then with the FindN2 Flip specifically?
So we know design can be very subjective, and it requires manufacturers to be a bit bold, to be daring, to tell consumers this is what you want before you know you want it. Over the years, we've seen the likes of LG and Samsung doing a bit bold things. Yeah. With LG, we saw a flex screen, we saw a self-healing phone, modular phones, and with Samsung in particular, they launched a phablet, and they were mocked for it back then. But if you look at it now, the size that it's now become a norm, because we all consumed scrolling on social media, and those sizes are actually the norm. And when it comes to OPPO, I had a chance to look at the N2 Flip in Barcelona earlier this month. I really like the design because it's one of the largest cover displays on a flip phone. So for me, that really stands out because it's also setting a trend in the future. You don't need to open your phone. You can scroll social media, you can reply to your emails, take photos, you can do so much on this thing.
Yeah, I think that's really a game changer in terms of what you can actually interact with without opening the phone, and it feels so comfortable with the phone being closed and smaller in your hand. So thank you all very much. One of my favorite designers is a German designer called Dieter Ram, and he had 10 principles of good design, and 2 of the principles were good design is aesthetic, and good design makes a product useful. We're going to explore the functionality and usefulness of a product, but before that, let's just take a quick look at a video that shares some of the features and functions of the FindN2 Flip. Welcome back. This is the Flip Side with OPPO. My name is Kojo, and I'm sitting with Nafisa Kabur, who's a technology journalist, and I'd like to say an old friend. One of the things I talked about in the previous segment was around functionality. And the designer, Mika Komarin, said, the function of design is letting design function. So we're going to switch gears a little bit and focus a bit more on the functionality. And to do that, I'd like to invite Bradley Young, who's head of training for OPPO, to join us on stage.
Hi, Kojo.
How's
Evening,
it?
everyone.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like there's nobody in the room. We did say we have a studio audience that are hyped up.
There they are.
Maybe a few more drinks are needed. So Nafisa, I mean, our devices are always with us, right? And they put in work. I mean, we heard Rich talking about, in terms of with his team, how they use the device to share notes, share references, etc. So, in your daily life, you are on the move quite a bit. How durable does the FindN2 Flip feel for you, and how do you feel it fits into the day-to-day?
So in terms of durability, it's a very solid device. I mean, you can open and close it. I prefer to use it with 2 hands. It's a solid device. But fitting into my day-to-day, as you know, I need to check my emails all the time. Being a freelance person, I can't be offline, or I need to be available. It's nice that you can use the large screen to glance at what's important and get back to only the important bits, and you can just ignore what's not important. But also when I travel and I'm on my own, I'm on a trip, I can actually use the camera and take photos. Because you're propping it up in an angle, you can trigger it with your hand. You can take photos without having another person with you. So if you're like sort of traveling on your own, it's also useful that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's very cool that you can take the proverbial selfie without opening the phone, and you're actually using the front-facing cameras as opposed to the...
Exactly. It's quite a cool feature to be able to
the back-facing cameras as front-facing cameras.
Yes, it's a bit tricky, but yeah. I got to test that in Barcelona. It was very cool. We took a lot of selfies.
And a lot of selfies were taken earlier today also, I hear, in terms of a game drive, but we'll get to that. Bradley, how does then design translate into functionality?
So one of the things that we needed to achieve with the FindN2 Flip was, as Nafisa said, making a device that feels durable. And because of the device being, a flagship that completely folds in half, you've got the access of using the cover screen, but the hinge is where it fundamentally starts. You've got a feat of engineering, as you can see over here. And one of the amazing things is we've gone over and above what the expectation of durability means. This device can fold over 400,000 times and remain durable. I mean, that's like 100 flips a day for the next 10 years. Not that anybody's going to be using this device.
How do they check that, actually? Sorry to interrupt you. I'm sure everybody wants to know, how do they check that you can do it 400,000 times? So
they did it. There's a German agency called TV Rhineland that has actually certified and verified that this device can actually withstand those 400,000 folds.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And in terms of, one of the things that I found with OPPO is, one, the camera, and the charging.
Yeah. So on the camera side of things, we've partnered up with a very professional camera brand called Hasselblad, which is, if you're into photography, it's one of the brands that's always either inspirational or what the top people are using. I mean, it was the camera that was used to shoot the photos of the moon landing. So that sort of sets the premise of this partnership that we've got. One of the things I love about the Hasselblad brand is it's allowed the N2 Flip to capture a photographer's vision. I think we've all had those moments where we look at photos and look at it and think, it doesn't really translate into what I saw with my own eyes. And through this partnership with Hasselblad and our incredible technology packed into the FindN2 Flip, we've been able to achieve stellar photography on mobile.
Something that you talked about when we were chatting earlier was being able to kind of prop the phone up and take pictures in interesting ways. Yeah.
So I think we often, most of us have been at that point where we sort of trying to balance our phone against something to try and take a selfie, or if you're on a Teams call and just trying to get it so that you can be productive and still work. And because of the flexion hinge, it allows you to set that phone at like a 90-degree and just enjoy what you're doing or staying productive, whether you're taking selfies or doing what you need to be doing. That flexion hinge is an integral part in the success, or what will be the success of this device.
The charging.
The charging.
Let's talk about the charging.
OPPO has got SuperVOOC charging, our own proprietary technology, and it is incredibly fast. It's something that we in OPPO call life-changing charging. So the N2 Flip is the fastest charging flip device with its 44-watt SuperVOOC charging.
And I mean, in reality, it's one thing to talk about. It's actually another thing to see it happen.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
No, it's one of those things that you go and you put your phone on charge, and when you go to look to see how far it is, it's sort of sitting there waiting for you at 100% already because it just charges incredibly quickly.
And then finally, the crease. I mean, because the crease, it doesn't. Just looking at interacting with it in my brief time with it, you don't really feel it. It doesn't feel like it's there.
Yeah. So through the technology of the hinge, it's using a water drop hinge design, which effectively it's a next gen hinge technology that we've utilized. Crazy amounts of technology that went into producing it, but what that effectively does is creates this nearly invisible crease for the user, because nobody wants a crease. Yes, it's a foldable, but you don't want to have to sacrifice a beautiful, big 6.5-inch display in all of its glory just because you're distracted by a ditch running through the middle of your screen.
And then finally, I mean, Avashnee did talk about it earlier. Partnership seems to be such a strong, let's say, method for OPPO, which I guess would allow the business to kind of fast track certain things, because you're getting lessons from other businesses, like you talk about Hasselblad. You're getting lessons from the other businesses and their innovation, their technology. I know that you have a partnership with Google that's quite strong.
Yeah, so we've got a fantastic partnership with Google. All of our OPPO devices are running, the latest version of Android software, and that just means that you're getting the Google apps that we know and love and sort of need on a daily basis. So because they come pre-installed, you've got your Play Store. It's just quick and easy access, and it just takes the hassles out of daily living. We've got enough of them, and just the convenience of having everything that you need that Google provides. But yeah.
Let's hear from Google's perspective. Yeah. And thank you, Nafisa.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to join you today for the OPPO FindN2 Flip launch. The foldable category is a key technological differentiator in smartphones today, and we welcome more foldable devices to the Android ecosystem. This OPPO foldable device is impressive. With its almost invisible crease and large cover screen, the OPPO FindN2 Flip runs on the latest Android operating system, Android 13, that is designed to be even more personal, private, and connected. The compact design of the OPPO FindN2 Flip makes it enjoyable to experience all your favorite Google apps right out of the box. Like YouTube to watch your favorite videos, Google Search to fulfill your curiosities, Google Photos to store your memories, Maps to get you to wherever you want to go, Chrome, Play Store, and many more. It also comes with security protections through Play Protect, ensuring your mobile experiences are not only great but also secure. We have worked with OPPO to integrate Android features into the FindN2 Flip that help it connect with other smart devices in your life. With FastPair, this foldable lets you easily connect with other devices, from earbuds to Wear OS smartwatches, with a single tap, whether you're at home or on the go. And with Nearby Share, you can easily share photos, videos, and other files to other devices, even when you don't have internet connections. Nearby Share also helps you control your smartphone's visibility to everyone, all of your contacts, or just a few friends, to help you share media with the right people. Thank you, OPPO, for your continued partnership and in bringing rich connected experiences across the Android ecosystem. We are excited for users to experience and enjoy the FindN2 Flip.
I think some of our studio audience saw themselves within that. So the gentlemen with cameras were not wandering around randomly, they were actually getting content, I believe is a phrase these days. The important thing to note also is that the last pictures that we saw in that video were all taken with the FindN2 Flip, which gives you a real example of the true capability of that camera, which is amazing. We're starting to wind down our show tonight. I'd like to thank our esteemed panel. So we had Rich Imnisi, we had Avashnee Moodley, as well as Nafisa Akabor, and Brad, who's still sitting here with me. Before we go, I'm sure everybody wants to know price, and where can we find it?
Okay, so the device will be available at all leading networks. It'll start from 1,199 Rand, and the first 500 customers are going to be getting themselves a pair of Enco Air 2 Pro wireless buds, which I've been playing around with them for like the last week or so, and like it's good luck to anybody that wants to take them away from me. The second thing that's also going to be coming for all customers is a new and improved OPPO Care Plus. So a new OPPO Care solution for the N2 Flip, which now offers consumers an extended 12 months of screen protection in the event of life happening, although this phone is like incredibly tough.
Yeah, but life does happen sometimes,
life happens,
right?
Yeah.
So also for those who purchase the FindN2 Flip, if you purchase it and you register and enter on OPPO Rewards, you can win the opportunity to travel to the UEFA Champions League final in Istanbul. I believe it's this year. Our common team, unfortunately, is not going to be there, but
sadly,
there is an opportunity to win a trip for you and a friend. I'm also called friend sometimes, for you and a friend to attend the Champions League final. So that's for if you purchase the phone and you register on OPPO Rewards. Before I say goodbye, remember the hashtag is OPPO FindN2 Flip. Yes, the Champions League. I think it's ingrained in some of our minds. You can hear it anywhere and you know exactly what it is. The hashtag, like I said, as well as on social media, you can interact with OPPO if you want to find out more. Instagram and Twitter, fortunately it's the same handle, OPPO South Africa. So that's it for our show tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing more of you with the FindN2 Flip in your hands. And I say that as a form of negotiation for me to find myself with the FindN2 Flip in my hands. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. Stay safe. I believe the phrase was, have a flipping great evening. Cheesy, I know, but it works. Good night.